Hey painters. Alright, excuse me. Welcome back to my channel. It is Amy, also known as Amy the Diamond Painter, whatever you fancy, I guess. So welcome back to my weird ass corner of YouTube. It's been about a week since I've recorded anything. I've kind of been a little bit down with diamond painting in general. So this is supposed to be my like June in review. But it's turned into my June fails because I haven't completed anything in June because they both had issues. So I figured I'll speak on it because why not? And I've always said I'll be transparent with everyone. So here we go. Alright, so as always the dogs are in the background and my air fryer might ding, so beware of that. It's loud as hell. Anyway, I'm making some mac and cheese bites because a girl's been cleaning for like 4 hours, so we hungry. Alright, so the first one, this is the last one that I kind of started, and it may look from here beautiful, and this is in no way against the renderings or anything like that. This I purchased from Ever After Diamond Painting to support my friend Irish, who actually designed the painting. And I got her other one as well as soon as they kind of popped up. Now the overall rendering, I was like, right, let's start down here, because you know how I feel about color blocking neutrals. I wanted to see how that would translate. Now this is the one I started with and I was super happy with it. Everything, let me just zoom in for y'all, so as you might be able to see here, everything is neat, lined up really nicely, no extra gapping, things like that. So I was really impressed. So then I went up to this section because I was like, this is really where I'm going to tell if the neutral color blocking has any issues. And again, very pleasantly surprised, and I was like, right, nice, now we can start on the main part. Now this is where it all went to shit. So I normally start with outlining colors, so any color that has any outline, and then you can fill in and sort of get the detail up first. So I started with the 310. Now I'm going to zoom you in even closer. All right, here we go. So along here I started having a few doubts because along this kind of edge you can see where the 310, especially here, let me just pull it down, especially here you can see it overlapping where the F should be. Now I posted a video because I was really irritated the other day with it, I'm not gonna lie, because I've been trying to make it work and work through it, and I posted a video to my TikTok the other day, and I simply asked, what would you do? Because there's a lot of options, like you can try and like work it, take out a row, like, you know, like various little things that people do. And I got a lot of comments being like, well, maybe you've put too many diamonds in. Well, no, because I can read and I can follow the line, you know what I mean? Like, that just seemed idiotic to me. And just various things of, oh, this happens, maybe you can take some drills out. Again, I shouldn't, in my view, I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to alter a painting that I've paid a decent price for to make it work. So I did then get in touch with Ever After to kind of see what would go on. This was on Tuesday morning. Now I wanted to discuss with them, I'll move this over this way. So I wanted to, and excuse the paint, I still got house paint under my nails. I started painting my parents' rooms and it's just a shit show of trying to get rid of paint off my nails. So here you can see the 310 where it started to buckle up and pop, and then it's squashed all the way along and down, so it means that the raspberry color and the brown, there's physically no room for them. And on the TikTok video you can see that I even tried to add in the raspberries and it just made everything pop in the middle, which is why I've now got this like mountain range of drills. And you can kind of see how wavy they are, and like here there's no way I'm going to fit a line of brown in. So that's why I got in touch, because I was like, you know what, I've always said I'll be transparent. I will speak up if there's like issues and things like that. And that's where we are. Like I said, I messaged on Instagram on Tuesday morning, and they did get back to me fairly quickly, very simply asking, could we see pictures, drills lined up next to each other of what you're talking about. I did feel it was very abrupt, but I responded as nicely as possible. And I haven't heard back since, and we are currently on Friday afternoon, so I feel like there could have been a response by now, but there's also like, I'm not gonna go back and be like, nag, I'm not that person. That's kind of on their part now. Oh, Mrs. Tebbins has not been yet. Oh, she's annoyed. So we have to have our bins out. Sorry, I'm looking at through the window, bless her. And she's an elderly lady, and she's just come to get her bins, and the green one's not been emptied yet, and she's just like infuriatingly like slammed the lid down, bless her. Anyway, so yeah, so this is where I stopped, and I'll zoom back out, and it's not the biggest pain in, it's not the whatever, it's just a pain in the ass when, like I said, I was excited to support my friend, and buy from somewhere I've not bought from before, and I do my usual. I was on Instagram being like, oh, I love this, like it's going really well so far, and then now it's an abrupt stop, which is following the one that I'm about to show you too, that was also an abrupt stop. So I'm kind of like at my limit for June. I have started a Diamond Art Club one. It was that like Hercules guy that was only like blues and greys, so I went back to a little bit more reliable source for painting, just to see if that would get me back in the... I've been in a bit of a funk this month with these two, so I will mention if they do get back to me and what a resolution is, or if there is none. So that's where that one lies. I think this one was about $35-40. I can't remember. It was a while ago. And again, I was really excited to do it, but now I'm like, well. And it just leaves a sour taste in my mouth for that company, especially with how they respond. Now, this one, oh my god, somebody help me. So this one has been, I loved it at the start. I loved the pastels. I didn't realize how much AB there were, but I was like, you know what, I'll put up with it. It is Albino Mermaid by Munimade, and again, if you all have been watching any of my videos, I have praised Munimade quite a lot with the ones I've already worked on. However, this I don't even think has had quite a lot of dry patches. And when I say dry, I mean like bone dry, no glue in random areas. It isn't from where I lean. There is a lot on the edges, but I work with plastic. So, you know, when you take off a section, I'll take that section off, and then as I work inward on that section, I will leave the plastic on the edge so that it doesn't have that pull up on my skin or my arms, because it actually hurts. So that's what I tend to avoid. Alright, sorry about that. So I heard my air fryer like kicking up a notch, so I knew it was about to like finish its thing, so I paused you so you didn't have to hear that. It's really obnoxious. So yeah, as I was saying, because I do lean, I put plastic too until I get to the point where I'm going to paint that point. So that I will avoid. However, that is why I haven't said anything to Munimade as of yet, because I anticipate that will be the argument or the response. And I know that sounds pessimistic, but I mean, that's just what I'm expecting. So I got very, very far, like to the point of this is all I have left. Now this one, I might flip her. Okay, I'll flip her just so you can fully see. So I was working up here, right? Like even into here, nothing. Yep, fine, fine. And you lose it. And even as I touch varying areas, there's different levels of... I do cover them. If I don't finish a section, it gets covered either with the piece of plastic from that section or anywhere else. Now, this isn't the only spot I've had problems with, but this is the spot where I lost my shit and I gave up. I tried again. What did I put? I think I posted it on TikTok, but only just a picture and that it had gone downhill. And somebody was like, oh, just like use glue. We've all had to do it. And I'm like, again, like, right. I don't mean to bitch at people, but my point is that I've spent $80 on this painting. I expect the bare minimum of having glue across the entire painting. So for me to be, I'll just add glue, just like go extra out of it. Like I haven't already tried that. I used 2 different types, neither wanted to work. They just didn't want to do it. And then it just, again, dried down to nothing. And so I stopped. I was like, you know what? I made the rest of it work with doing the glue technique. And there are several spots where I've had to just glue and like take everything off, because naturally the glue hasn't been stickier than the putty I've been using the pen. So I've had to take tweezers on my finger and just take every individual drill off my pen to get it in the glue to stick. That is frustrating for anyone to have to do just to get through a painting. So I was like, you know what? Why am I doing that? No. So, and there's already been, like, this is another dry spot here. Let me zoom in. So here, this, I remember having to glue these bitches, and there's already popping, drills missing, popping. Oh, hang on, I'm in the wrong area. Ah! Hang on, I need to move her out. She's showered. All right, here, popping. Again, where I've had to glue naturally the edges, even if you glue, because I was getting to the point I was like, right, do a section, glue it down. Let me zoom back out. So yeah, so this one, I was like, do a section, glue it down, move on to the next. So I'm not re-gluing them. I'm not, there's popping here and here and here. So no, I'm not re-gluing them. I'm not, it's just getting thrown. And this isn't, it's not a hatred brand of a brand of either of them. It's not a I'll never buy from them again. I'm just going to be a little bit more cautious. I already have about 6 more Munimaids in my thing and 1 of Ever After. So it's not one of those where it's like, oh my god, like that. I just be wary, essentially. Like, it's $80. If you like it but don't love it, it's not worth the risk, and that's something I'm having to learn. This one, I just loved all the pastel colors, and I wanted to really like support more smaller businesses. And then I still like the colors, I love the rendering, but it does make me pause and think now that, okay, maybe it's not the best. And would I pick others first? It's highly likely, but again, it's just a personal thing. So it is more of a fail video this month for June. Like I said, I am trying some others for July, and as to where that kind of goes. But yeah, it's more of just a be wary. If you like the painting and it's a little bit pricey, maybe wish list it until there's a little, like, you find some like feedback, or you know what I mean, or you really like think that, okay, now is the time, I'll put that money on it. Not everybody can spend $80, so it is kind of like an amount that you would expect it to be fully glued. And I think that's just a bare minimum. I'm really sorry that some people are like, just use glue and quit crying. It's like, that isn't my point. But anyway, this has been sorry I've been a downer, but again, I promised realistic and honest feedback from paintings that I buy. So if that's not something you like, or you feel that is wrong on my behalf, then please leave my channel, because I've always tried to just bring that to people's attention, because we all see a lot of videos where everything's shiny, smiley, bright and happy. So welcome to my side. Alright guys, I promise, or at least I hope, that July is a little bit better. If you are stateside, enjoy the 4th of July. I'm a Brit here, but I like fireworks and food like the next person. It doesn't affect me whatsoever. But yeah, stay safe and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.